Hello and welcome to Sunless Sea. My name is Clover, and this is not really a new game, but I just picked it up in the Steam summer sale and I've played around a bit, maybe 3 hours, something like that, and it's a very interesting game. It's apparently based on a browser game called Fallen London, and it's a roguelike exploration adventure game with a very intriguing storyline, which isn't necessarily a consistent storyline, but there are stories. There's lots of lore and lots of things like that. So that I always thought it was intriguing about this game ever since I saw a few videos on YouTube about it, and when I saw it pop up in the sale, I just sort of bought it on impulse, and I don't think that was a bad choice to make. So, as I said, I played around a bit, but I think we'll start a new game here. And I guess let's jump right in. I hope the audio settings are good, but I don't think I can make the music any quieter really. So we'll have to do. Yes, I'm sure. I want to start a new game. I guess it's going to be a lot of reading for me, so I hope I will do a good job of that. And yeah, it's an interesting game for sure. I'm not sure how well it will work for videos, for me at least. But it's a very interesting game, and so far I'm really having a good time playing it. So I at least wanted to give it a shot to see how it goes. And yeah, so there we go. Captain's making. 3 decades ago, in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Unterzee. And now this is character creation, so we can choose a past, we can decide who we were and who we want to be, or what we want to be. Or we can go with a past wreathed in shadows. Yeah, this is going to be tough for me. A lot of reading, a lot of fancy words I'm not used to pronounce, so we'll see how that goes. Which is basically we decide later. I haven't tried that yet. But yeah, you can just go to sea immediately, and opportunities to revisit your past will arrive later. So we'll basically just write our own story at a later date and not just start out with a backstory. But I think I want to go with choose a past. You now lodge in a room above the blind helmsman. Who were you? Now you're a captain. Now you belong to the Unterzee. But who were you before? Then there's a few choices here. We could have been a street urchin, a poet, a veteran of the campaign of '68, an ordained priest, or a natural philosopher. And all of these different paths give you different bonuses on skills, basically. Up there you have the skills as hearts, whales, pages, mirrors, and iron, which is not very obvious, I guess, but it kind of makes sense after a while. Well, sort of at least. So I think I think it's going to be between a street urchin or a poet for some reason. I don't know, this time. Your urchin gang cast you out when you grew too tall. You took to sea rather than graduate to larger crimes. That last big score was enough to buy a ship, which will give us a bonus to whales, the skill of subtlety and evasion. Or we could have been a poet, educated and articulate. You seek sensation at sea. How lucky you had a legacy to spend. Your long-vanished father had a rich patron, it seems, which would give us a bonus to pages, the skill of trickery and knowledge. Yeah, I think I'll go with the street urchin this time. Yeah, we'll get a bonus to whales. Speed, stealth, deception decreases the range at which enemies will spot you. A little bit more subtle, and evade battle more than take it head on. Low cunning on the high seas. Your friend, another Longshanks, knows a little of gunnery, only a little, but she can help. Talk to her to find out why she went to sea. So we have now a Longshanks gunner, which is interesting. I had definitely a different officer last time. So apparently choosing different paths also changes your crew to start with. Choose an ambition. What does winning mean to you? And now, I haven't seen these yet, so let's read them all. Your father's bones. Your father was lost at sea. You never knew him, but you've often dreamed of him. Find and return his remains to London for a decent burial. Or we could look for fulfillment. Gather 100 tales. Learn all you can of the sea. Write a masterpiece. Retire. Or we can look for wealth. You know how it is to be poor. Now you want a mansion, servants, fine clothes, a family, perhaps. Or a private kingdom. Establish a colony where you are absolute ruler, a utopia perhaps. You can't choose this now, but you may find an opportunity to switch to it later in game. Okay. We need impossible for that. Okay, we don't have that. So I think, yeah, I'm looking for fulfillment. I want to learn all I can and write a masterpiece. So that's my ambition. Captain, an irregularity with the Harbour Master's office. They wish to know what term of address do you prefer, sure. Okay, Madam, Sir, Citizen, my Lord, my Lady, Captain. I'll just go with Captain. Captain will do perfectly well ashore as well as at the sea, thank you. Alright. Now we can choose our name and how we look. Let's see. That's not very fitting, but maybe. Yeah, well, let's go with that, I don't know. And we'll call ourselves Clover, Captain Clover. Very good. Okay. So, first I'm going to check my lodgings. Read the morning papers is always a good thing to do, I guess. The Unexpurgated Gazette, the magazine formerly known as the London Magazine, the spiteful trumpeter. News from home. The Echo Bazaar, the enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The traitor Empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. Interesting. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallbladder wasps. Yeah, okay. So we have news now which you can potentially trade in at other ports for favors or other stories, or I don't know exactly what else is possible. We don't have any of the other options because we haven't been out to sea yet, so we can't, and we don't have any money really. We have 60 echoes. We can't retire yet because our ambition isn't fulfilled, and we don't own anything. So we can go to the rest of the city by either clicking here or just right there, which is quicker, so I'm going to do that. Also not a lot of things we can do here. We'll offer passage to a tomb colonist. An emigrant will pay you to be taken north to Wenderbright. That's always a good thing, I think. So we'll take him on. It's oddly difficult to die in foreign London, but when a Londoner is too tatty and wretched to live, they wrap themselves in bandages and take ship for the tomb colonies. Your crew cart these ones aboard in bedded coffins. They'll sleep here, sleep there until the journey is done. We'll have them in our ship now. And we'll also go to the Admiralty's survey office and see what they want. We'll ask if there's anything in particular they need. Well, if you can be assured of your discretion. This port. Speak to our agent there in return. We'll see that you're rewarded. And we'll have to go to retrieve strategic information from Gator's Morn in the Corsair's Forest, somewhere not far from home waters. That's somewhere not far away, but the map is always different, so we'll see. We'll be able to find it quickly. I don't think they won't let me speak to the Admiralty, no, to a higher authority. So there's nothing else we can do here. We can't go to the university yet because we don't have the secrets yet. could hire more crew, but I don't think I want to. Don't have to repair ships, so there's not a lot we can do other than officers already assigned. I guess we'll talk to her. Alright, Captain, what do you want me to shoot at now? Can trade secrets for more iron, which increases our attack basically. But well, for now we'll ask her what she wants from life. Why did you come to sea? Khan's shadow. It's like the filth. It's like the what? It's like the flit at sea, right? No one to tell you what to say or do, and no one to kick you downstairs just because you got a little bit tall. I'll be faithful, officer, but put me ashore at the shadow, and I won't forget you. So she wants to go to Khan's shadow. And it's east of the Khanate proper, in the east center Unterzee. Okay, so far, far east is where she wants to go. Which we can't really do right now. I'll also check out the shops. I don't know what is actually good to have, and I really can't afford anything anyway. So I guess I just go with some. Let's see if anything stands out. No. I guess we'll just go with some fuel and maybe some supplies as well. I don't know. It's always hard to say. I've run out of fuel before, so it's not a very easy game, and I will definitely die with this captain. It's just I hope I won't die in this episode at least. I think we can disable the tutorial though. Yeah, so we launch, and I guess we'll go out and explore a bit, see what we can find. Actually, let me check one thing. I forgot where I need to go. Gatorsmorn in the Corsairs Forest, okay. Bad Steven's Abyss is here. We have... Our ship seems to be always there. Can talk to them. Discovered Hunter's Keep, even though I can't even see it really. Oh, it's up there again. Oh, what did I hit? The cook is outraged. One of the tomb colonists has woken from his coffined rest and found his way to the stores. When the cook came across him, he had consumed a half-wheel of cheese and an alarming quantity of suet. Suet? I don't know. Bring the villain overboard, return him to the hold. Perhaps he'll stay put this time. I don't know. I haven't had this happen before. I guess it's alright. We'll put him back in yeah, we'll put him back in storage, I guess. Expostulating all the way. If you had provided me with more commodious quarters, if this ship did not pitch so abominably, a man grows bored, you know, death is deathly dull, and so forth and so forth. It's a relief when the coffin lid closes. If only you could nail it shut. Well, why can't I? You know, when we lost one supplies, which isn't great, but I think we can manage. Do we want to stop by here? Sure, why not? Lightship. Its clear bright beam warms the way. We'll speak to the crew. And you can also purchase fuel here for 20. Yeah, it's pretty expensive, so we won't do that. The long for news of home. In the bleaching glare of the lens, among the smells of oil and metal, you sip tea and chat. The sea stares recedes. I lost my recent news that I picked up by reading the papers, but I have a sea story now. Strange truths are told. Strange truths are told of the waves and what lies beneath. The lies are even stranger. And there's nothing else we can do here, so we'll keep going. And there's also the sea bat, which you can send out to find islands that I haven't found yet, that I haven't discovered yet. Mutton Island is some distance to the south. I don't really want to Mutton Island. I need the Corsairs Forest thing because that pays very well, and I need money to really do anything really. What is this over here? Pick mode Isle. Interesting, I don't remember that. I might not have seen that before. Or maybe I'm just forgetting the name. Could be also the case. Saints Haven. That sounds familiar though, but it looked different, I think. Maybe not. A lonely desert beach. There's no habitation in sight, no market, very little in the way of maintained dock. A stretch of sand thickens into damp black earth from which sprouts stunted palms. Not quite. Tall fungal growths with front-like caps, as if someone sculpted the idea of a tree from a mushroom. These growths appear sparse near the beach, but clumped closer together the farther inland one goes, clustering tightly into a sort of forest around the base of the island's central hill. You can see, off in the distance, dots of fire flecking the horizon, and hear shouts and shots. And if you look to the quay, you can make out the unusual shapes of two tiny figures. Disembark, yeah, we'll see what this is all about. War. As you step onto the quay, you hear clamour, shouts and shots. You can see off in the distance smoke rising from beyond the hill and dots of fire flecking the horizon. Two tiny figures stand a little further down the quay, unmoving, rather is awaiting your approach. The figures are rodents. To your left is a Ratus Faber wearing goggles, a blacksmith apron and an assortment of tools. To your right is an unusually large guinea pig, wearing a helmet and breastplate reminiscent of nothing so much as the high Middle Ages. The red steps forward first and bows, I guess. Welcome, Captain, to Red Star Island. I am Edgar, second chief engineer of the 3rd Red Brigade. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice. The red steps back at precisely the same moment with what appears to be the ease of long habits. The guinea pig scuttles forward and makes a declamatory chirp. Welcome, Captain, to the Isle of Caviar. Caviar? Yeah. I'm Lady Augusta Devereux Swinch of the Blackwater Swinches. Seneschal to our King Graysnaw, first of his name. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice. The two stand at attention, looking at you expectantly. So I have two options. I can ask them what choice they're talking about, or I can just leave, which seems boring, so I'll just ask what the choice is they want me to make. Your question must needs be tentative. This sounds so rehearsed. Two remarkable rodents stand, sit, squat before you. To whom will you speak first? I guess we'll talk to the Seneschal, the guinea pig, first. How does an armored guinea pig manage to look regal? An effortless eloquence. The Seneschal clears her throat with a delicacy to rival the Duchess' own before speaking. Graysnaw the king, our lord and sovereign, for 7 months had sojourned on the sea, conquered his land and won the southern main. Now no fortress against him shall remain, no city walls be left for him to gain. Save the rats that squeak behind mountain. Unlikely was the lamb of our deliverance, assured shall be our glories and their fall. When our lady's eye restored be to our whore. The Seneschal composes herself, then adds, we saw truth and beauty by the light, truth and beauty by the light, our lady's eye on mountain caveat. But the rats, with their guns and their chatter and their peasants' politics, stole it from us. We will subjugate them and take it back. They are a rebel, and we will rule them with the steel-shod velvet of our paws. Will you join us? Okay. Then let's talk to the chief engineer. His eyes have a wave of cold glint to them, and he wears his scars like jewels. A stirring speech. You ask the chief engineer to elaborate. He looks at you for a long, measured moment before speaking gruffly. We came to this island to make a home for ourselves, away from London, its cats and snuffers, its redskin suits. We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, our clever hands, and we made a beautiful city by the light of the red star that shone bright and blue on Mount Ararat. The chief engineer nods towards the distant hill. One day we braved the depths of the chicken woods, and from the top of Mount Ararat plucked the red star to be our light, our beacon, and our flag. But the pigs of KV saw the light and they lusted for it. They sent armies to rule us and steal our star. We will not permit them to take what is ours. We will resist to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them? Ah, interesting. Well, I've heard enough talk. I'm ready to make my choice. Okay, I can... Okay, 4 choices, not only 2. I can side with the rats, I can side with the guinea pigs, I can abstain and just not get involved, which is probably the safest option, but I probably won't gain anything from it. Or I can attempt to broker peace, which could work out in my favor, could also fail horribly, I guess. I don't know, I'm tempted to side with the rats, to be honest. I don't know why. I think the speech the rat gave was just more convincing for me. So it's either that or attempt to broker peace. You know what? I'll attempt to broker peace. Why not? Surely their commonalities are more numerous than their differences. Perhaps you can help them get along. The chief engineer and the senator share a look, then regard you with scornful amusement. Yes, smirks the chief engineer, you're obviously much cleverer than us. Oh, much, murmurs the senator. You clearly know us much better than we know ourselves. Apparently, idealism won't help here. We've gained the terror. Okay, so that doesn't work. Then we'll side with the rats. He seems grumpy but honest. Or you've seen what rat-made weapons can do, and perhaps you'd rather not be on the receiving end of them. You extend a hand to the chief engineer, who shakes it grimly. The senator hisses and chatters her teeth in disgust, but keeps her distance. You've made the right choice, says the chief engineer. Let me show you around. Oh well, a lot of text. Yeah, we'll do this, and then I guess I'll call it an episode. The chief engineer leads you to the northern side of the island. Skirting the chicken woods, you pass through a number of what can only be termed checkpoints, as fierce-eyed rats shoulder their derringers and salute the chief engineer. Soon you come upon a small colony, smaller than some of the infestations you've encountered in London flats. Only perhaps 50 Ratus Faber altogether, working diligently to fortify their side of the island. The first thing you notice is a brilliant light, beaming out from a stump of chickenwood about 6 feet high. It bathes the whole settlement in a clean blue glow, and it is almost too bright to look at. By its light you can see several raised mounds of earth, suggesting shallow tunnels. An efficient fishing operation is set up by the water. An albino rat mends nets, while others step sharpened sticks into the waves. Further inland is barracks, where a sergeant barks drills at a small squadron of fighters. Your arrival draws attention, and several rats pause in their work to look at you curiously. Welcome to Murinia, says the chief engineer, voice warm with pride. It's not much to look at now, but it will be once we've rousted the cabbies. Take a stroll around while I summon the war council. With that he vanishes into one of the mounds and leaves you to explore. So I can either head to the barracks, head to the beach, head towards the Red Star, or wait for the war council. And I guess I'll do one of these things in the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed. It's definitely something different, but it's a game that I enjoy playing at the moment, so I decided to give it a shot. I really like the atmosphere, I like the stories. It's just fun to read them. I don't know, I enjoy it. I hope you do too, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.